today, the whole goal today was just to get the combine cleaned up so we can put it away. And in a weird way, I'm grateful that this happened here in the yard. If you can see that wheels at an angle, looks like we just broke a man clamp. I'm glad this happened in the yard instead of on the road, so I'm grateful for that. But what's the chances? The season's over. We're just trying to clean it up, and then that happens.
Didn't think our comments about the high maintenance farm crew was gonna start that
even I got in trouble about it.
Do you see the high maintenance now?
I know, right? Just a tidbit for the future. Low maintenance people don't complain about being called high maintenance. They're just like, oh, I know I'm not. It's okay. We love them all.
Yeah. All right, well, come on. This is kind of a nice feeling. It's beautiful outside. It's mid-November. This is like the first Saturday morning I've got to just like sit, not do anything. It's been fantastic. I wish every fall was this nice.
I would say, like, I mean, you never want to like jinx it or whatever, but outside of that one combine breakdown, it's really been a pretty smooth fall for you guys, weather-wise and equipment-wise, and having a good crew as much as we were maybe griping a little bit last week. A really good crew behind you too. You don't have to agree. I'll throw it out there.
Oh no, I'm just more laughing than anything. Like, we're not going to say they're high maintenance. That's for sure.
Yep, we won't say that anymore. Nope, learned our lesson.
So if you haven't picked up on it yet, here's what's really neat. We finished our fall. We've got all of the fall harvest stuff done. We have all the stocks chopped. We have all the ripping done. We have all the spreading caught up, which is awesome. Yeah. And so we're sitting here on a beautiful Saturday morning just going, all right, we can just relax a little bit.
Yeah.
So you mentioned it earlier about it being a really nice fall. Yeah. But here's what was kind of fun. All along the way through fall, we had these little breakdowns.
So it's raining, and we got a tractor with a broken chain. So I'm going to try and fix it quick. And yes, joys of self-employment right here. Actually, everything's going really good today. Hopefully it's a simple change. We'll find out.
So I figured today we're going to do this list of top 10 breakdowns this fall, just because there's so many like weird ones that just kind of wreak havoc, but luckily only for that day. Not the entire fall, which is awesome. All right, number one on our list. This one happened back in September, but I'm putting it on the list because once the calendar turns September, I'm already thinking about fall. One of my friends was knocking down a house. We borrowed an excavator from another company. He asked me if I could just lowboy it in, and I'm like, yeah, no problem. But on the way back home, of course, it's Friday night, about 10:30 at night.
All right, well, I'm doing this lowboy move for a friend. We got an excavator right there. I did the dumbest thing in the world. I talked to him, hey, where do you want me to load this? And he's like, yeah, just put it right there. And then later he pointed out the fact that right up there are live electrical lines. And if you look, that is right where I got the lowboy. He said it's no big deal. It's a big deal. He says he can do it, so we'll go with it. Note to the future generation, don't ever drop the lowboy underneath power lines, ever. Now, the guy running the hose is a really good friend of mine, and he's extremely talented, and he's like, it's not a big deal. Done this in Minneapolis all the time, used to working underneath lines. To him, not a big deal. To me, it's like, oh my God, let's move.
Friday night, about 10:30 at night, we're going down this gravel road, and the lowboy has, to latch the lowboy, you have two pins that go back and forth. 10:30 at night in a stranger's yard, dropping off his excavator that we rented from him. We can't get the pins to retract. Long story short, we ended up lifting up the lowboy with the excavator to knock the pins backwards. What we think happened is a little rock got wedged in there.
Oh, really?
But we fought it for about 45 minutes. Luckily, my friend was just like, okay, here we go. But when he could have gone home and kind of left me, been like, that's your problem. He grabbed the excavator. Here we are, lifting up the trailer, trying to get it one way or another to knock the pins loose. That was unexpected repair number one.
We got an empty lowboy deck, and the excavator's getting walked across the yard. So we made it here safely. It's 10 o'clock at night. Everything's great. I'm gonna get packed up and get out of here. But always an adventure.
Yeah. I think anyone, we talked about this before, but you become like a professional problem solver. I think anyone that works in trades, construction, repair, with your hands, basically. It's just like, I think you're always having to like get creative and think outside of the box to solve some of these problems.
So guys get picked on for not wanting to read instruction manuals,
Yeah.
right? But sometimes there's just no instruction manual.
Yeah.
There's so many times that you just start by reversing the problem. Okay, we need the pins to go in or come out or whatever we need them to do. What's limiting that? Well, okay, this lever's moving, this rod's moving, but it's not, the pins aren't, so it's got to be somewhere in that location that the problem is. So simple premise, but yeah, reverse engineering it or trying to reverse the problem seems to
That's awesome.
be a common theme around here. All right, number 2. This one's hilarious because so many of you guys, I'm actually amazed how many of our audience are fellow farmers. So I hope the whole goal with this channel is never to be like, we're awesome, look how good we are. It's more like, hopefully you can relate. Hopefully you're not the only ones that got annihilated by the struggle bus that week. All right, last field of corn. We had a truck blow a power steering line, which isn't a big deal, but we dollied down the trailer to switch trucks. The problem with this is, when we went to unlatch the trailer, we noticed the trailer kept rolling forward when actually the brakes should have been on the trailer.
All right, gotta love semi-crap. So here trying to switch trailers, and what we're running into is for some reason, the hopper here, the parking brakes aren't coming on, and I don't know why, other than everything's, it's just weird. So I got a hammer there right now, and that's working, and we're just gonna do our best to here to try and make this all work.
Which led us down this rabbit hole of, okay, we know we have a bad valve.
It's like 100% black. It's full of oil. Oh! What? No, it's fine. All right, so we are inside. You can see the black hand here. We are inside the back end of a hopper, and we noticed we didn't have any trailer brakes, and I think I just found out why. The valve itself was full of oil. And I think some scuds. And so I think we're gonna clean this up, and I think it'll take off, but we'll find out.
And now if the trailer doesn't have any brakes when the air isn't applied, because spring brakes are when you disconnect the air pressure, all the brakes should come on. So when that trailer's parked, it should just be sit there, all the wheels should be,
Yeah, okay.
When I dollied down the trailer and went to go forward and the whole trailer rolled with me, I knew at that point if we put any corn in it, the trailer wasn't gonna have brakes. And I'm all for pushing boundaries, but not that one.
Yeah,
not that
full
one.
loaded trailer with no brakes. Yeah.
If you see the grain trailer behind me, we found a problem yesterday. And luckily, we don't think it's going to be too big of a deal to fix, but it definitely was a problem. So the truck we had hooked into this grain trailer actually blew a power steering line. So we actually swapped out the truck that was in here for this truck that you see now. Then when we were doing that, what we found is usually when you disconnect all your air lines to the trailer, the brakes come on and you just pull the truck out from under it. Well, what's happening to me yesterday is I went to pull out from under it, but the trailer was rolling with me, which is not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Which then led me down this rabbit hole of trying to fix it in the field to see if we could get the air valve that was sticking off. And it didn't go smoothly, but the one neat thing, I had the part number saved in my phone because I put these air valves on about 10 years ago, and I was actually able to call the local Napa, give them a part number, and sure enough, they had one in stock. So today we're going to try and put that air valve in and see if we can get the rear brakes to work on this, because there's one thing that I won't do, and that is run a loaded semi down the road fully knowing that the rear brakes aren't working. Nope. Everyone's got their line. That's where my line's at. Like, we're not crossing that one. We'll put a new valve in.
What's hilarious is I was talking to Adam a little bit, and I'm like, hey, did you notice anything different with that trailer? He's like, yeah, the last couple of days the brakes really sucked. He thought they're manual slack adjusters. This isn't a bad hypothesis. He thought we were just getting towards the end of the season and needed to readjust the brakes, which pretty easy to do. I was like, nope, that wasn't the problem. This valve, this is the problem. Yes, there was kind of a whole snowball of things that went along with that. But the highlight, hey, it failed. We fixed it. On to the next one.
Okay, so this is kind of funny. The tractor that started literally like 3.5 hours ago doesn't want to start. Got the booster cables hooked up. I'm not sure what we're fighting here, so let me dig into it and we'll figure it out. All right, so all day I've been running behind schedule. I was hoping to get here about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That did not happen, but we have our 4840 here that the alternator crapped out, and we're gonna swap it real quick. So we'll see how fast we can change an alternator. How fast do you think it's gonna take?
A little under an hour.
A little under an hour? I was thinking like 15 minutes. Okay, what time is it right now? 5:45, right? So 6 o'clock. Here we go. Okay, so far we're doing wonders for beating our 15 minutes, but it's not on yet. We're just pulling the old one off. Usually it actually takes more time to take them off, or put them on than take them off, but we'll see. Always be careful because there's still 12 volts going to these wires here. Keep cleaning those. There we go. You will see sparks if they touch. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Okay, so it's 5:56. Our goal 15 minutes, 6 o'clock. And we got 4 minutes. So we just gotta tighten down 2 nuts.
5:57.
Hop up and see if it starts. All right, 5:58. The goal is before 6 p.m. So we started at 5:45 p.m. Change an alternator in 15 minutes. Hit the key. If the batteries are still dead, well, we're still boosting it. Okay, see down here? Last night it was down here in the yellow, meaning it wasn't charging. Okay, hang on. So we got 5:58 still. Still charging. We swapped an alternator in 15 minutes. Gotta admit, that's kind of cool. I've probably done like 30 of them over the years.
Number 4 on our list, this one's hilarious because so many of you have been there. End of the day, you just want to get the day done. It was a wet day. Staying on the semi theme, this one's kind of sad because I actually felt bad for Dad. So we had a semi, we had an end dump earlier in the season that the landing gear just, I think being 25 years old, failed. It wouldn't crank up anymore.
So end dump being the trailers that go all the way up in the air, dump out the end of
Yep.
it. Landing gear being the legs in the front of the trailer.
Yep.
That when you dolly it down
Yep.
and there's no truck in it that it's sitting on.
What happened is only one would go down and come up. Like
Oh.
it just absolutely, more than likely the gears in there stripped or something, but they were so old it just wasn't worth it. They're 25 years old and original. So we go to the store, we buy a new kit. This is where it's different. Usually I tear it all apart and fix it, but because we're in the middle of fall, I was like, hey, let's just go to the store. We'll spend $1,000. Let's buy a kit.
Okay.
Dad actually put it on.
All right, so we're on our last cornfield, which is awesome. But we just blew a power steering line on another truck. I'm gonna grab this truck here that's hooked into this end dump. Now this is the truck we just put new landing gear on. But the funniest thing in the world just happened. I didn't get a chance to film it, we'll do that later, but if you turn the jack, one leg goes up, the other goes down.
You can't make it up. I go to crank and I can get like 2 revolutions out of the crank.
Uh-oh.
And I look, one leg's going up, one leg's going down.
Oh, no.
One leg's going up, one leg's going down. Okay.
That's not good. It's not bad, but it's not supposed to work like that. So we're just gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best, drop the trailer on wood blocks, and yeah, worry about it another day.
It's from the factory this way. The kit is designed, both legs,
Okay,
actually.
like just bolted in.
Yes.
Okay.
So we haven't figured that one out yet. I gotta go back to the place we bought it from. Now that we're done with fall, we're gonna, and then
So have you literally had to keep this trailer on a semi then?
it's on blocks right now.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
I needed
Okay.
the truck it was hooked into.
Yep.
Actually, when the power steering line broke on the air, it was a rough day. Go to one trailer, the legs won't go down. Go to the next trailer, there's no brakes. Okay, you know, just that day, right?
Yep.
Fall might be over. Eric's phone doesn't quit ringing. All right. Number 5 on our list is kind of funny because it's one of those things that I'll guarantee you a lot of you have faced before. Going to the cat skid loader. Cat skid loader worked flawless all year, no problems, except for when you use something every day, there's going to be wear in it. Well, we use a skid loader. We have a broom bucket and then also a regular bucket. We use it for sweeping the roads after when trucks exit the field. We had a problem where all of a sudden the bucket quit staying on, so it just kind of like fall off. The irony here's Dad welding this bucket up so it wouldn't fall off on him. And then the only thing that's funnier, I was welding on a friend's skid loader earlier back in September. So it's one of those things that just happened. So nope, you know, whatever. So the next one is really funny. Some of you have been there, end of the day, you just want to end the day well, not a big deal. We were trying to finish up this field. It was getting dark. We were spreading it. Dad's actually in the loader. We're almost done. Like another 20 minutes, we'll be done.
It's the end of the day and we are out spreading, and we have to do a quick maintenance fix. Apparently, we had a loader start squealing. The belt started squealing on it. It's the easiest thing it could be tonight.
Dad calls me up and he's like, hey, did you put an alternator on this loader? And I'm like, yeah, earlier in this year, we put new belts on it. He's like, I got something squealing. And I'm like, oh, no. And I look around the alternator on the other side, and here is the AC pump. And you can actually see the rubber residue on the AC pump.
We're getting it. All right. All right.
So what it means is the belt that was running to the AC pump that locked up was the one squealing. Luckily, our alternator was just fine. I did what every tough guy would do. I cut the belt to the AC pump so we could finish loading, so we could finish that field that night.
Okay, go ahead, fire it up once. That's it, ain't it?
Problem for another day.
Oh, absolutely. Like we'll deal with air
Something to
conditioning
be
next
in
year.
it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
we don't need that for the next 6 months. We're good there.
Yep.
Another one that is really absolutely funny.
It's been a busy morning, but kind of funny because we've had this before. First load of the morning, we loaded up. Yep, broke a chain.
Some of you guys know first field, first jinx, different things like that. Earlier in October, beautiful day outside. We were going to start the spreading project. Now these spreaders here we hadn't used yet for the season. And in the back of your mind, you're always kind of like, okay, what's going on? Oh, first load, warming up the spreader. I break a chain, fix the chain, go back. All of a sudden I notice again, it's not spreading.
Well, the morning's not going bad, but it's not going as planned. We got the chain fixed, which was good, but then now I got something else going on. It's taking a crazy amount of power. I'm gonna pull this back chain and see if I can't get it to take off. It'll take half the load off the spreader and the tractor, so we'll see what we got.
The same chain broke on me twice, back-to-back rounds. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. That's note to self, put a new chain on.
Yeah.
It's done. It was just more one of those things where you're like, okay, this is just the way this Monday morning's going, you know?
Yep.
This one's just kind of more funny. Some of you guys know this, you got older equipment.
There's one thing every modern farmer needs in today's world: air conditioning stuff.
You got stuff that was, you know, R12, you update it to 134A, sometimes the Freon doesn't stay in. So what we've just learned, bring a keg and a set of AC gauges and throw them in the service truck with you.
All right, so it's hot, it's sweaty, we're getting combines out of the shed. And tough guys like me, we'll put Freon in so we have nice, cool air conditioned cab before we drive out of the driveway. So that way it's much more enjoyable to get home.
Doesn't matter, semi, combines before we went and got those. That first week of fall, just bring that with, because I can't tell you how many AC systems, I just needed a little more.
Growing up, nothing I had air conditioning, and every year at the combines, it just seems like we got to put a little bit in. Here I'm putting about 1.5 pounds in. It's nice and cold, and I like it.
Next one on the list is kind of a fun one. We had this 4850 that I knew we bought back earlier in the year, and we've actually done a few different videos on it because just like every piece of equipment we buy, it seems like it takes a year to work the bugs out of it.
Okay, because
So-
it's used.
Yep.
Everything you buy is
Yep.
used. Yep.
Yeah, everything we buy is used, so yes, that's a very fair comment.
Yep.
Well, this one kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop. We had this transmission pressure switch start, or light. We had this transmission pressure light slowly coming on. Now, when you've had bad things happen, you often overthink the little things.
Okay.
So I go through, change both hydraulic and transmission filters, start pressure testing. I notice all my pressures are where they should be. Call mechanic Larry. I'm like, hey, do you ever just have these switches fail? And he's like, all the time. And it was actually interesting. Called out to Deere, they had one. What Larry told me is if you flip it upside down and you look, you'll start seeing on the bottom of it where the rubber is deteriorated.
Okay.
And usually what that means is they're leaking inside internally. Luckily though, because this happened the end of October where we knew we were gonna have a bunch more spreading. We wanted to keep working bugs out. So I was just trying to figure it out. Throw a new sensor in it, boom, it fixes it. So sometimes it is just the little things.
Yeah.
Last one, and this is definitely for my farm crew because they're awesome. We're not ever gonna say they're high maintenance again, ever. You know who you guys are. But now we gotta pick on them. Okay.
Yep.
Number 10 on the list, we're out blowing combines off, and it's so funny because I like, if I have the time and the weather's beautiful, like it's been this week, I like being able to crawl inside the hopper, blow it all out.
So you want to get all the dust out,
Yep.
corn dust, bean dust, before you put them away.
And also any like corn, bean kernels, because
Sure, yeah.
think of it as mouse food. Any food that could have attracted a mouse, you want to do your best to get that out.
Okay, yep.
So I crawl out in the hopper, and then all of a sudden I see this auger. Now this auger should not be worn out this bad. Kind of funny. A couple comments about a high maintenance farm crew. They had a few choice words for me, which is awesome because I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then I hop in a combine and I'm just like, so no one noticed this?
Yeah.
Oh, there was a few jokes last night on text messages going back and forth like, perfect combine operator, just drive forward, you're good. This is our list of 10 on-the-fly fixes that we just kind of jammed through all fall. They weren't a big enough struggle to make a whole video out of, but I just kind of thought it was fun to put a video like this together today. So that way, if you guys, some of you guys out there thought all the same stuff, like always, leave the comments in the comment section. Last week we had some great ones. Yeah. We always take a look at them.
So how do you manage, like now, I mean, you got quite the repair list for over the winter. Do you have this listed out somewhere? Or are you just keeping it up here? How do you, your phone's ringing.